PowerPoint is meant to serve as a review for our chapter vocabulary on both the atmosphere and water cycle vocab. Just a reminder that this chapter vocabulary is taking portions from two separate readings, as we're going to be doing those two chapters together. The atmosphere. The atmosphere is a mixture of gases that forms a layer around the Earth. Picture to the left is a good visual of it, and then the picture to the right shows you the different layers of atmosphere, primarily the ones we're focusing on being troposphere, stratosphere, and the mesosphere. Hydrosphere. The hydrosphere is a system that contains all of Earth's water. The hydrosphere is also what the water cycle runs through, and as you can see in the picture, this is an example of the water cycle. Groundwater. Groundwater is water that's stored in cracks and pores beneath the Earth's surface. In the picture right below, you can see the way in which water actually goes down through the surface to end up in reservoirs underneath. Cryosphere. The cryosphere are the frozen portions of Earth's water. The two pictures that we're seeing right here are sea ice. The left is sea ice that's starting to break up as it gets warmer. The right is freshly formed sea ice that is related to the sea actually getting cooler. The water cycle. The water cycle is the continuous movement of water on, below, and above the Earth's surface. The water cycle is the process by which liquids go from being a solid, a liquid, or gas. We can also see in this picture evaporation, condensation, and precipitation, as well as transpiration coming off from the trees, and these terms will be covered in the next few slides. Evaporation. Evaporation is the process by which a liquid such as water changes into a gas. This requires the input of thermal energy, or things to get hotter. Basically what happens is that the sun or another heat source heats up the water. The water molecules, as they get hotter, start to vibrate faster, and eventually they vibrate fast enough that the molecules actually break away from the water surface. This is how they go from being a liquid to a gas. And you can see the example of rising water vapor with evaporation off of the ocean surface. Transpiration is the process by which plants release water vapor through their leaves. What we can see in this picture is water being absorbed into the plant's roots. And then the transpiration is the result of water vapor escaping from pores underneath the leaves. Basically what this happens is that the stoma open up and water vapor actually escapes out of the plant itself. Condensation. Condensation is a process by which a gas changes to a liquid, and what we're seeing right here with the picture is how water vapor is actually changing back into its liquid state. A great example would be dew in the morning, or pop and soda cans are also a really good example to see it with. Precipitation. Precipitation is moisture that falls from clouds to the Earth's surface. And one thing I want us to focus on specifically here is that precipitation takes many different forms. We can see in both pictures precipitation can take the form of snow, rain, sleet, or hail. Weather. Weather is a state of the atmosphere at a certain time and place. Weather is not climate. Climate is what one has over hundreds of years. Rather, weather is what something is at that specific moment. And one thing about weather is that it can change rapidly, and we can experience multiple types of weather within a day. Climate. Climate is the average weather pattern for a region over a long period of time. Climate is something that's formed over hundreds of years. What we're seeing in this picture right here is the average climate of places throughout the world. This is also the last slide of our chapter vocabulary. As a reminder, you have to complete the graphic organizer, and also we now have the Edmodo vocabulary quiz game where I've uploaded the chapter's reading as well as the chapter vocabulary. I encourage you to review that, use the flip card, give yourself a little quiz before the actual quiz itself. If you have any questions, please let me know. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Beauty Science, and have a good day.